took her out. It was a Friday night, I woke alone to get the feeling right. We started making out and she took off my pants, but then I turned on the TV, and that's about the time she walked away from me. Nobody likes you when you're 23, and I saw more abuse by TV shows. What the hell is ADD? My friends say I should act my age. What's my age again? What's my age again? Then later on the drive home, I called her mom from a payphone. I said I was the cop.
Billions of years ago, microorganisms evolved into life we have today.
What? That's wrong. My Bible, which I believe in, says that that's wrong, and that God created all the life in like a week. So I don't even know what to believe anymore.
Well, that's another theory.
Are you saying God's a theory? Because my Bible, which I believe in, says you're wrong. So
What do I do?
what should she teach? This is a disaster. As you can see by this picture, the problem of teaching evolutionism versus creationism in schools is widely contested, especially when it comes to the school board, as they decide what should be taught in schools. Many different groups have says in what they like to be taught in school, and no one's exactly sure, or even if the school should be responsible for deciding whether or not this is taught. This is a map of the United States. All of the states illuminated in yellow have had challenges to either their teaching of evolutionism or creationism. As you can see, Maryland is yellow. This is because in 2008, the Maryland's Education Board accepted their textbook, their biology textbook, which treats evolutionism as a prevailing theory of life.
Study, study, study.
There's so many standardized tests I have to study for. SAT, ACT, HSA, PARCC, LMNOPQ. There's just so many letters and so many different things I have to do. Is this really a good way of testing my knowledge? I don't think so. This is just ridiculous.
Imagine trying to study if you had a learning disorder like ADD or dyslexia.
Even more letters. Hard stuff. As you can see by this poll, 53% of people that were interviewed said that they thought standardized testing was good and that it helped people learn by presenting stress, while 47% said it was bad and that it harmed students. As you can see, there's a very clear divide. It's very ambiguous. No one is really sure what should happen, so it's a problem.
This is an image of a child with a learning disorder. They're doing so many things all at once and can't focus on one thing for an extended period of time. How could they attempt to study for something such as standardized testing, which includes large amounts of information at once?
This is a girl with ADD, or attention deficit disorder. She's trying to study.
Oh my god, I got a text. Oh, I'll go play with my dog.
Tick.
I wonder what time it is.
Tick.
Studying, studying, studying. Oh my god, sunglasses! I feel like Bono in these. I just always feel like there's music playing in my head so I can't focus. I don't know where it comes from. As you can see, the brains of people with ADHD and without ADHD do have some differences that they are not in control of. It affects people in their everyday life, school life, and will require treatment.
Dyslexia. What'd you learn in school today, honey?
Well, we took notes in bio, but I'm not really sure.
So you don't even know what you learned?
No, all I see is a jumble of letters.
That's unfortunate. If only you didn't have dyslexia, which is a very common learning disorder. The plane has just landed. Welcome to Jakarta.
What? Where's Jakarta?
Jakarta's in Indonesia. Welcome to Indonesia.
What? I thought I was going to Indianapolis.
The plane has just landed. Welcome to Mumbai.
Where's Mumbai?
India. You're in India. Welcome to India.
What? I thought I was going back home to Indianapolis. I was just in Indonesia. Gosh darn this dyslexia.
Dyslexia. Bad. This picture shows confusion that could be caused by dyslexia. In the picture, the man is arming a bear, which could be confused with bearing arms. This mix-up of words, or this confusion caused by words, order of letters, is commonly caused by dyslexia. Facts about dyslexia.
One in 5 students, or 15 to 20% of the population, has a language-based learning disability.
70 to 80% of people with poor reading skills are likely dyslexic.
– 30% of children with dyslexia also have at least a mild form of ADHD.
Nearly the same percentage of people from different ethnic and socioeconomic backgrounds have dyslexia.
62% of non-readers dropped out of high school.
Nationwide, 20% of the elementary school population is struggling with reading. I keep getting distracted in my classroom. All those girls, I just can't stop from acting out to impress them. I think it's for the better. I think it would be for the better, really, if I were in a classroom with all guys. That way I could really focus. And, I wouldn't have to worry about what the girls were thinking. Coming up next is a video from a school that did the exact same thing in Indiana. They split up the guys and girls, and it worked like a charm. However, this still is debated as to whether or not it actually does help. So, be watching.
Well, today's What Matters report, an Indiana high school making history. It's a public high school in Indianapolis that's separating boys from girls, not just in the classrooms, hallways, cafeteria, buses split by gender as well. Educators at Arlington High School say too many students were not doing well. Well, nationally, gender separation has worked in other problem schools and seems to be a win-win for students and teachers alike.
Ain't nobody to argue with, ain't nobody to play with. You're just really focused on your education.
Less people are scared to raise their hand and talk about a problem because they aren't embarrassed of a girl thinking something wrong of them or thinking of them as a nerd.
We've been in the classroom, we've seen more engagement, more kids focused, teachers doing a much better job instructing.
More focused, not worried about being called a nerd. I love that, the honesty there. Not everyone a fan, though. Some students say this extreme measure is taking all of the fun out of school. What Matters, partnership with Essence Magazine that gives us a chance to look at issues in the African-American community that affect us all. And you can grab the October issue featuring First Lady Michelle Obama on the cover. Pick up the latest issue or head to essence.com.
Now, imagine I had a learning disorder, like ADHD or ADD, and I couldn't focus myself long enough. A single-sex classroom could be a really good tool. However, it would also decrease my understanding of the opposite sex and how to work with them in the future. For example, if I were later placed and my job was so that I had to work with girls, I'd be much worse at it because I wouldn't have had that experience in the classroom growing up where I spent a lot of my time.
While single-sex classrooms are being considered as an alleviation method for focusing classes, there are also other ways of treating learning disorders, such as medication and therapies, like behavioral therapies.
Saraid, you need to stop.
No, I can't.
Why? Do you have ADD or something?
Yes.
Oh, well, It's good that you can use medicine to treat ADD. Cheer up. Take your medicine. Well done. You took your medicine.
I can feel my ADD symptoms being suppressed.
Good.
Here you see a map of the United States showing the percentages of kids between 4 and 17 taking ADHD medicine in each state. The difference in states can go from under 3% to above 9%, which is a pretty high number for the amount of kids taking ADHD compared to the amount of people who are actually diagnosed in a year. The difference in the states is a disagreement about what warrants medication and which children are supposed to receive it and which do not.
Medication drugs.
The two main categories of ADHD medications are stimulants and non-stimulants.
Typically, doctors suggest trying stimulants first because they work well on most children.
ADHD medications work by boosting low levels of brain chemicals that affect activity, attention, and impulsivity.
Hey, Saraid, it's time for your medication again.
No! This isn't working for me. What should I do?
For people for whom medication may not be the best option, treatment therapy is also a very good alternative. Many people with dyslexia use treatment therapy as a way to alleviate their symptoms. Charter schools are privately owned schools that use public money to run themselves. They can exclude or include students based on applications and other things like that. They're often criticized as stealing public money, as is shown by this cartoon. They're taking a brick from the public education system in order to make a charter school. They're often seen in a negative light.
How do you feel about charter schools?
I love them. I support them 100%. How do you feel about charter schools?
I hate them. They're just public schools that exclude kids.
How do you feel about charter schools? This is a map of where all the charter schools are in the United States. As you can see, there are a disproportionate amount in Arizona and the north central regions. In Maryland, there are only 36. As you can see, there are many challenges facing the fields of education and the fields of special education.
Learning disabilities and education both have many issues that are being resolved. This is a video created by people with learning disabilities for people with learning disabilities about their experience with learning disabilities.